All right. Good afternoon. I am people, and I want to continue on a class on not of Archicad. Sorry, and I haven't sent any previous video for a while now, but I'm sorry. Uh, I'm sorry about that. There are some issues. I'm trying to set up my system, and I'm trying to set up a way so as to send you these videos to be legible enough, and so that you can hear me very well and practice with it. Okay, thank you very much. Quick one. We're going to be going into how we are going to to construct roof. Yeah, talked about this earlier on. How to construct roof, and I'll quickly rush through that, and you have to follow my steps. There are so many ways to do this, but this is my step. You can still go online and check the tutorials and know how exactly they do it. But sorry, this is my own style. This is how I do mine. Okay, quick one. Let's dive into this. And there is a roof here already. I'll have to remove the roof so that we can do a new roof on it. This will be a quick tutorial. Press delete on your keyboard. Okay, now you want to go to the roof tool, double tap, it loads. Okay, let's do few settings here. If you don't have a concrete fascia, or what we normally call parapet over here, if you don't have a concrete fascia or parapet, the thing we are going to do is that first of all, you have to check the height of your wall. If your wall is 3,000, so wall is 3,150, that is where you want your roof to start from. That is the input you're going to make here. 30,000, my wall is 3,000, I'll leave it for 3,000. And let's make sure is, if you're doing a multi-rise, like 2 floors, 3 floors, I mean it should be on the floor, the last floor. Or you're just doing a ground floor and it's still on the ground floor. And here, most times when you open your Archicad 24 from 22, 21, 22 to 24, you tend to see this is on default on this particular icon. We have to move it over to this place. This means it has to be in layers. You get it? This has to be in layers, and this for the sake of this tutorial, this is not what we're going to use, so as not to waste your time. This, you click this, you change this is the height of the eaves. This is the height of the eaves. Okay, 1 foot is okay, 300 mm is okay. Leave it as 3 mm. Here is a timber roof, so that to be easier for you. Then when you come here, you want to change the angle of inclination, the angle of the roof from the ridge of the roof. Ridge is the highest point of the roof. From the ridge of the roof, how it's going to slope down. Because let me explain, we are doing a kind of roof. It's called the German roof. It's called the German roof. So the German roof, or most times we call it multi-plane roof or hip roof. You get it? This is hip roof, and if you want to, this is multi-plane roof. I mean, it's not sloping on one side. It's not linked to roof. It's not a shed roof. But if you want to do a shed roof, there's this thing called single plane here. The single plane roof is for shed roofs. That means it's sloping on one side of the building. Okay, and let's change the degrees here to maybe to 30, but 35 is okay. Maybe let's say to 30. Let me change back to 35. Okay, so as to enable quick runoff of water. And here, most time this shows the shape of your eave. You know what an eave is? The shape of the fascia board. The shape of the shape of the fascia board. Do you want it to be at right angle, on the vertical angle, straight vertical angle, or do you want it to be a bit inclined at angle 45, or do you want to put your own angle? But for the sake of this tutorial, the straight one. Okay, let's go over to this place, and you can change the elevation 2000 is okay. You see the pitch angle, which is called the semi angle, is 35 degrees. Okay, so maybe you can add, most times when you have a multi-plane roof, you can choose to add different angles, but for the sake of this tutorials, this is not how we are going to leave it this way. Okay, here we have the offset. Offset, okay, offset means the eave, the measurement of the eave from the wall of the building. Now, 2 feet is okay, and it's 2 feet is standard, minimum standard, I guess, to avoid wind driven rain to hit on the walls of the building. And this is 600, this is 2 feet. And okay, floor plan and section is okay. There's no setting you're going to do here. Model, you want to change the roof color. Maybe you want this is the top surface, this is the edge surface, and this is the bottom surface. That's the ceiling, if need be. Sometimes I leave this in color white. And the roof, you change the roof material. You have French red, roof tiles brown, roof tiles Dutch, and this by the side, maybe you want it to be white or siding light, stuff like that. Change the color here. You come down and click OK. Now you want to draw the roof around the wall. You pick one point and end at that particular point. You pick all the edges of the building, all the exterior edges of the building. Okay, 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 okay. Now we are good to go. Now we have our roof. Let's go over to the 3D and check. Okay, okay. Now we have our roof, and you can press O on your keyboard to pan to turn the building around. Let's see the sides. See the sides. Alright, yeah, this is okay. Now most times people ask if I want to do a dormer roof, a dormer window, stuff like that, or better still, there's this part of the roof sometimes you will see something on this part of the ridge, something like a vent on the part of the ridge, maybe this kind of a design. If you want to do that one, okay, let me quickly talk about it. You go over to the ground floor. Now this roof, when you click on the roof, this roof is a full component right now, so it cannot select without selecting the whole to get it. So what do you do now? You have to separate this roof. You right click on your mouse. When you right click, you look for split single plane roof. Click here, it will split the single plane roof. So when you click on the roof, the announce, okay, it's still grouped. Yeah, it should be separate, but it's still grouped. You can on your keyboard you press alternate G, that is to ungroup it, or you can still right click. Okay, let's redo this and still right click and okay, if you want to do this group, I guess the shortcut is preferable. Just press alternate G to ungroup. Okay, yeah, suspend groups. You can come over to this icon to compare. You see suspend groups, you click it. So when you click on this groups, it's not separate. Okay, quickly look at what you do. You come to this part of the roof. This is the part I want to permit me to pull this text over here. This is the part I want to create that design on. Okay, Okay, what do I do right now? I'll get a line to make sure things are straight. From the point of this ridge, I'll draw a line of, let's say, 1200. Okay, 1200, let's say 1000. Okay, and move over to this side, hold down your uh, shift key. When it intersects on the inclined line, click OK, and bring it to this other side. When it intersects, you click OK, and maybe you right click and press OK. Now you have this line. Okay, look at what you do. You drag from here, you drag this to this point, and you take this back to this point. Then here you drag this to this point, and you take this one back to this point. Okay, and let's look at what we have. Yeah, we have this effect. Most times people leave it this way. Most times some people cover this place with either event material, or we call it sun breakers. We'll cover the sun breakers to avoid rodents from having access inside the roof. Get it? Okay. So I don't know if this tutorial is useful for you. This is how to do your roof, your multi-planed roof, And okay, let me quickly do the single plane roof. Let's delete this multi-planed, and let me quickly do the single plane. Then you go to design, click on your roof, click the single plane roof. All right. Now, where do we want this building to be sloping towards? Let's say it's sloping backwards. Okay, look at what we do now. We picked the single plane roof. We draw a line. We draw a line first to show the position of the slope. This sloping downwards or sloping upwards. Okay, now you see an eye, and you click behind the line. Most times you do this things later, and you go back from where you started. Starts at the intersect, and all the points, all the exterior. You're supposed to do some changes here before we do this. Okay, let's double click first to roof. Let's do some settings, some proper settings. This has to take. Okay, let's change this angle to 25. And okay, let's know if we have an offset. Okay, there is no offset because this is not a multi-plane roof, but you can still get an offset if you want to show how. Okay, let's click and click behind it. It intersects. Pick all the edges of the building. Okay. Right. Most times you will not see this here because the level. Let's go over to the second floor, the second story. All right, here you have it. And sometimes this thing is very, very important. Most times you want to see what you're doing on the first floor. Maybe you're doing a multi-story building, you want to see what you're doing on the first floor. Okay, there is this thing we call trace, and you have a shortcut. If you want to get it, you press Alternate F2. Okay, you click on this trace. You can choose the reference. So you click on this way. So when it's highlighted, now you can see your ground floor plan. Okay, let's click on the roof. All right, I guess. Okay, let's first go to 3D and see what we have here. Okay, you can see that this is quite the opposite of what I wanted to do. Okay, but nevertheless, we can actually redo this again. Okay, let's delete this and pick the go back to the ground floor, and let's pick the roof again, the single plane roof. And let's do this time. Oh, okay, sorry. Click this and to this place. Push it behind. Okay, because sorry, let's pick this again. Okay, let's start from behind so that the roof will actually slope towards the back like we want it. Okay, pick all the edges, and drop. Okay, I guess let's know if we have what we need, right? Okay, right now angle is okay. Press zero keyboard. Okay, nevertheless, it's still giving us an opposite angle. Okay, look at what you want to do here. Maybe you come to 3D. If it's easier for you, you come to 3D, click on any point, any node, like the black points at the edges of the roof. You click on it, then come over to this thing, change roof pitch. Then you click on it. When you click on it, you raise this up to the desired pitch you want it to, and you click OK. Okay, now you can see we have an open kind of roof. Okay, go back to the ground floor plan and sorry, go to the first floor because we can see this on the ground floor plan due to the, the roof pitch. Okay, now let's give this an eave. Let's give this roof an eave so as to protect the building, so it cannot be on the same line with the building. When we select the roof, come to this is what we call to offset to add a null round, the null perimeter. You click on it and expand it, type 600 on your keyboard, press enter. Now the roof has an eave. Okay, maybe you can do this on 3D. Just select the exterior walls and raise them above the roof level. Raise them above the roof level. Yeah. When you select everything, go to this to stretch height on your 3D. Stretch the height above the roof, then press OK. When you press OK, now you can see all the exterior walls that were formerly below the roof are now selected. Okay, now to trim this wall from the roof, you can click the roof tool, you hold down your shift button and select to, then you come over to this place where you have an icon with a roof, click on it, then it says select remain roof shell, use roof shells from current selection, select a different roof shell. You use this square for current selection because you've selected it already. Then click trim, you have your wall trim and your roof. How does it look? Bet this is what you are looking for. Bet I know it's okay, and we have a lintel roof or a shed roof, and because of the eaves this it cannot shed your wall from wind, rain. Okay, if I've helped you achieve this part. Maybe later in subsequent you subsequently you deal on the shell roof, how to use this shell roof and all of that. Thank you very much for staying tuned, for staying up to this point. I'm still Favor. Thank you and God bless. You can follow me on YouTube. You can click on like and share this video to anybody. It's free. And share the video to anybody. And follow me on YouTube. Follow me on Instagram. Instagram at Becky underscore ideal underscore construction, and on Facebook at Favor Chinemerim. Okay. And on Insta well, on YouTube it's still okay Favor. Thank you very much and God bless. I hope to see you soon. By on the next tutorial we'll be talking about how to um, how to map out your site plan from the survey plan, how to impute it on your system and still get the accurate measurements and all of that. Thank you very much. I know you've been working towards to learning architecture and learning Archicad. I know I will stay with you through the journey. And remember, hard work pays. You have to be consistent so as to master this. Thank you very much. I love you. I am people. All right. Bye.